made it to the 80. Still got some Pioneer beans in the planter left from when I did McNay farm the other day, but I have the same amount of beans I had in when I showed up, so what little bit of my Bex beans I put there, I took some of the Pioneer beans I'm going to put here. I'm starting all the way in the back here, and I'm going to work my way out. But Grandpa had to run over to Hardman Chuck's place. He had a part off of one of their tractors because they raise cattle. Grandpa's going to look at it. So I'm going to start planting back here. He should be by with the truck and tender here pretty soon. Or I think he just got to bring his truck and pick me up, and I'm going to bring the tender back. And fill my planter up, and it should be good for about 30 acres. So should be able to get this done. It looks pretty gloomy today. They said it's supposed to be cloudy all day, so that's great. And they're saying rain about 11 o'clock tonight, so ought to be good there. I was planning on getting here yesterday to plant this, but Grandpa said it was still just a little wet, so it ought to be just right today because it was hot and sunny yesterday. Still a little humid yesterday, but I think it was enough heat and sunshine to kind of dry things out a little bit. So, gonna give her a try. We're no-tilling, so it don't hurt to have a little bit of moisture in the ground as long as it ain't a mud hole. Because then it's a whole big mess. When I planted everything at home, that last day when I finished everything, it was wet enough I was starting to get mud on, well not really mud, just really moist dirt. There's a difference between really moist dirt and mud. But it's starting to get on my spiked closing wheels, so should be able to do without that today. The way it's looking, it looks just about right for no-tilling. Not big on no-tilling, but with beans it's better than corn. We've never had luck no-tilling corn. It's better just to work the ground, so we're gonna give her a shot today at least. Well, headed back with the tender. As you can see, we got another tractor right now. We got that from Ed Good up at Memphis. Ed's used machinery. Had a couple tractors they were going to let us rent because the 240 blew up on us. 8940 Case IH. Dang good tractor. Pretty good shape. The cab could use a little bit of work, but we're just renting it, so ain't particularly our problem. Deal with that. We might fix a few minor things. I know we're going to change the oil in before we run it because it needs it pretty bad because we checked the oil and it's plenty black, so I'm going to go ahead and change oil in it. That way we don't have any issues. But I pulled it off the trailer and it runs good. It's had some work done to the injector pump because when it's all the way back in an idle, it's got a good lope to it, so it's good little, good, I say little, it's a big tractor, 230 horse I think, but pretty good rig. Well, got the planter filled and got that piece done. Had to stop before I started planting again and mark it on the map where we changed exactly, that way I can keep track of which bean does better in that field. I don't know why, it don't really amount to much, but just something to keep track of because the number of ag venture I'm planting, if I remember right, it's a new number. So I'm gonna be the guinea pig, I guess. But on this second little patch here, and once I'm done here, I'll cross the crossing down there by the tree line and start on the big piece up there. I can get it all worked out, so keep on planting. We're out on the big piece now. Got my end rows done. now I'm cutting through the field here, got both markers down. I'm gonna work this corner right here out. Once I get it done, I can start going back and forth and head that way till about time I get to the terraces. I'm gonna need to put more beans in. Do that, then get the terraces done. There's a little flat up there to do, then after that this field's done. So I got a long afternoon ahead of me. Trucking right along, almost to the first terrace over there, so we're doing good. Just did refill the planter. Grandpa's headed Ewing to the co-op. We're short a couple bags of beans, so he's going to give me 5 bags. That way we can kind of pour a little bit in as we go, finishing up, because I'll probably start running out again about the time I get to my last couple passes. So that'll kind of even me out. There's still going to be ag ventures. They're going to be 4 1s instead of 4 2s. So they had 4 1s and 4 3s. They didn't have any 4 2s. Means it's the new numbers. So that way the new other beans that are in here, we won't have to wait longer for them. They ought to be ready to cut before these are. So once we get in here, the majority of the beans will be later. So the whole field ought to be ready when the 4 2s are ready. Would have put the 4 3s in, I would have had some beans that weren't quite there yet. So we at least had some thinking there. So still trucking though, getting a little bit done as I go. Hopefully I can get this done today. I should be able to. They were talking rain about 11 o'clock tonight. We'll see how that goes. It's supposed to rain yesterday and it didn't do nothing. They're talking rain today. It's supposed to start about 11 a.m. Well, that never happened. It sprinkled on me once, and it didn't sprinkle maybe 2 minutes. It wasn't enough to really hurt anything. I just had a few drops on the windshield and a few drops on the hood, and that was it. Nothing to hurt me. So, we're doing good. Well, headed up north here, about there. The Joe Dell's place, it's 90-something acres. That's what we're going to try to plant tomorrow. Grandpa headed up here at the 8940. He was going to hook it up to his 16-row planter. I'm going to go ahead and take his tractor over to Joe Dell's. That way it's there in the morning. And tomorrow morning I'm going to take them bags of beans that we got today to finish my field up. I'm going to take them back to the co-op, because that's where we get our ag venture. That way I ain't got to pay for the whole pallet, just pay for what I used. And Grandpa's going to stop by Michael's tomorrow morning and get some of his Bex beans. He's got 130 units of the same number of beans, 4150 E3s, as that's the kind of Bex beans I planted this year. So he's going to stop and Michael's going to fill his tender up, and we're going to get Joe Dell's done tomorrow. 2 planters, we can get it done in one day, no problem, as long as we have no breakdowns, incidents, or anything. It's pretty easy going. So that's our plan for tomorrow. Get it knocked out. Once we get that field knocked out, the rest of it's a breeze, because that's the biggest field we got. So once that's out of the way, it's pretty easy going. We'll go to the King farm next to get it out of the way. It's 30-something acres, 2 planters. We get that knocked out pretty dang quick. Then we got this farm right here on my right, the DeWitt farm, and Garl's, because Garl's bought part of it. We still call it the DeWitt farm though. We got it to do it. It's not too bad. Get it done, get King farm done. Then all we got up here to do after that is farm at Benjamin. We'll get in there with 2 planters, get it knocked out. Maybe Friday, just depends how good we run tomorrow. Means tomorrow's Wednesday. Then after we get everything up here done, all we got is the Brosey farm and the grain. So we're getting her done. Slowly but surely, we're getting it done. Once we get 2 planters rolling, it's game on. So hope y'all enjoyed this one. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. That way we can start making a little money to keep this going and make it worth my time to do it. So hope y'all enjoyed. We'll see you in the next one.